Hello and welcome back. Here we are, episode 7 now. We are continuing on from where we were. We did our chickens and sheep, I should say, last there. So we're going to move on from there. Now, I can't, I've mentioned before how the chickens are kind of screwing me up here because I feel like we didn't do it right. And I can confirm that we definitely didn't do it right. I took a couple pictures and it turns out that our chickens are more like, it's more of an angle this way right here, so it is kind of screwing me up for space wise because I'm feeling like we got too much space and we're on the wrong angles here. But that is what screwed me up. So we should be good. I think me and my perfectionist, I think we're going to be coming back and fixing it. But we're going to see if we can just kind of move on from here and go from there. Because maybe we can maybe put something here to add to it. So who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Because I mean, we've got a lot of, we got 2,000, over 2,000 chickens, right? We don't need more room. But moving on from here, we are going to be working the bottom end here of field 3 here. So we're going to be kind of doing a little bit on the end here on field 2, and then we're going to be working our way into field 3. So from here, it's going to be some grain crop storage, and oh, there we go. Here, let's get you out of the way here. So we've got some grain crop storage, we've got some bale storage, and some equipment storage. And the only thing that I'm struggling with right now is we're gonna double check later on too. But the only thing I'm struggling with right now is we do have an arched buildings pack that we used in 22 that we don't have right yet. Like we don't have the carbon copy, I should say, right yet. But that's going to be down here. Hopefully we'll get to that. We got a lot of other things to work on first. So from here now, the great thing is that we've already done our landscaping mainly when it comes to transitions and leveling and stuff. So this is where, as much as we do have a lot to do, I would like to think we should be able to do it fairly quickly. We should be able to move forward just because we've done the landscaping, we've done the leveling, all the stuff that's going to be done in between. There should be really absolutely no ground effect issues, so to speak, or very little, like some light softening here and there on the edges. Now, from here, trying to get my spacing right, just because chickens are kind of screwing me up. Again, the chickens kind of should be like kind of that direction on that angle. But so what I try to do is I try to line up on the picture. We got to line up here, and then we kind of get there. So because what we're going to start with, we don't. Again, there is a small wooden factory, or sorry, wooden shed that we don't have as well, but we do have the base game pallet storage. And this one we snapped. That one's definitely. So now where it turns, the road kind of swoops around because it's this road right here that I'm basing off of. Because this is where we did have this put in, and then it's kind of more on the edge. Okay, so because I lined up the road with the bottom here, just right like that. And then the middle of it was kind of in the middle of the curve. So that goes down. Like I want to say the spine of the roof of the road kind of is where right in the middle where the bottom curve kind of ends up. So now spacing wise back. Oh, I see. So it's a little bit of a longer road in the base. So we want to pull it back just a smidge. Just a smidge. We're gonna say, you know what? How far away though? We're gonna say right about there. That should be good. So $49,013. We're gonna go free mode because $49,013. That means that there is landscaping to be done. So we are gonna be touching some of the softening stuff. So that's where we're gonna go base game, or excuse me, I should say uh, free mode, and then we have our snapping on because okay, calm down. We're gonna have a free mode because we're gonna have our snapping on, and then we're gonna have we're gonna base off of all of our other buildings off of this one. So now, real quick, what you can do now, the great thing is that you can go to the painting. Now, it doesn't allow you to do any actual, I should say, um, excuse me, it doesn't allow you to do any like meadow, but I think when we get here and then we go free mode is on, oh, it won't. Okay. So real quick here. So this is what we're gonna do. So if we want to paint our area, this is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna paint our area right about there, and then we're gonna do a little paint right about there, and then we do paint right about there, and then we're gonna mark that corner. Okay, so we've got our 4 corners marked. So there we go. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get rid of that. Yep, 49,000. Give me that back. Perfect. So now we know where we want are painting, right? So they do drop. I mean, if you do free mode off, you will get the base game painting, and that can actually be a quick slap. Like if you wanted to, because this is the other thing, that another way you can do it. So we can go down here. So we say toggle free mode is off, snapping on, off, doesn't matter, but you put it down, see how it lays that concrete down. So you can actually use that, sell that away. There we go. So now we know, where to paint, right? So you can do that way, or you can put it down free mode, mark your corners, and then paint from there. So then what we're going to do real quick, like hopefully here. So bear with me here. So just, it's one of those things where, again, artist's discretion, right? So in here, we're going to be having mainly, a lot of hay. So we can leave the grass stuff and we can have that. We can just kind of like pop it in as if you're working it, but you can leave the tufts. Now, unfortunately, it won't let you do, like I said, I don't believe it lets you do the meadow, but we are going to find out anyways. So we're going to put some meadow down too. So again, just like a paintbrush, right? As if I'm just in and out and kind of over the years, just stuff that would grow up. From there, let's try that. I think that's good for now. So now we're going to go over to our meadow. We're going to grab our short stuff. Just the old short stack stuff. And just put a little bit in here. A little bit that kind of grows up over time. And then if you wanted to, we're going to try a little bit of long. I mean, it doesn't really matter short or long. Either it works or it doesn't, or it doesn't work, right? So we're going to put that in there. And I do believe, again, hold on. I'm going off of, my brain's going off of 22 here. Because I think 22, it took it away. But maybe, no, did I? No, because we did this in 25 and yeah. I've already put one down. That's why. Okay, my brain's all over the place here. There's just so many maps going on. I got so many games going on. All right. Now we're going to put this down in here. Okay, there's a couple spots here and there. That's pretty good. Not so bad. And again, if you wanted to, you can even go a little bit further if you wanted to pop in like some of the different paints, right? Because we got the forest ground, right? So we're going to put a little double of that here and there, right? Dips there. And now the paint, again, the paint will stay, but the grass won't. The grass definitely won't. I'm 99.9% certain now. Okay, so here now we're gonna grab our silo painter. There we go. Boom. So back to snapping on. We had a little spot there. I think it was. So we went a little ham on the paint, but that's okay. So we're gonna go. Let's just make sure we have it all in here. It was right about there. We'll say. So $49,018. Okay, so free mode on. Boom, put that down. And then we're just gonna go take a look. See where we are. Yeah, we're by the tractor. That's right. So the grass around it is good. I'm seeing no. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. So at least it looks painted though, right? So I like it. This is the way I like to do it when it comes to bale storages. Or if you have the concrete, right? Again, it all depends on what you're doing. If you're having a concrete lot, then totally makes sense that, yeah, it would be a concrete inside. But if you wanted to, let's say, add some dirt or add some extra or what on top of the concrete, you will have to unfortunately remove it, paint it, and then put it down. So now grass wise, can we? Oh, interesting. So now we can put our grass around the edge here. Now this is where I'd be putting the long stuff. But so now we have, what do we got? Cursor shape, brush size. Yeah, so interesting. All right, so we can put a little bit of tufts of grass in here. I'm wondering. Yeah, if we get the camera right, it's going to take some time, but this is how you can do it. So now you can actually put a little bit of tufts in, and then to get inside, this is where the camera works. Is going to be fun, where you can do it on the very end wise, but only because the building has the little slot. So depending on the building size, if you are doing it, you may be able to do this through the edges, and you may not be able to. So, but this is okay. This is good. Right. So that's it right from there. And then if you wanted to easy. So then on the edges there, you would have the long stuff, right? Because the long stuff doesn't get cut very much, or the edges don't really get cut. The backside, right there, that sort of stuff, right? So you get the gist of it. So there we go. So that's how I do the bale storages. So now this one, we can work our way off of that one. Now that one, let's see here. We've got the, from here. Now we are using the grain crop storage building for, because we do have 2 awning buildings. Oh yeah, I feel like that's a good, yeah. And then we did have the wood shed right here. We probably could have gone, no, because that's what's screwing me up. The wood shed's not right here. That's what's, okay. We could move it over though. I think that's, you know what? I think that's what's screwing me up here. I think we're gonna go, let's just do this again real quick. Looking at the picture here, I think it was more this edge. And we wanted to be there, was it? Or do we want to be further over? Let's try further over. So, collides with player. Good job. All right, get out of here. You can go hide down in the ditch. Oop, and right there. Okay, so it was more so we'll say right about here, maybe 21-ish. Okay, that's a little bit. Yeah, that feels more gooder. That feels more gooder. And then with the curve, yeah, because the curve, it was part of the curve, but I feel like this road, I feel like it's shorter looking at the picture than the base game. Just a smidge, nothing too crazy, but just a smidge. So from here, we are going to go to sheds, because this is it's just an awning piece that one piece we had our headers in, and the other one we had our root crop harvester. There it is right there. So grain storage is pack. All right, there is, we had that lined up. Okay, so that was lined up like so. It looks like we had that to the edge of this building, the backside edge here. So right about there, we had it quite close. Let's try that. So free mode's on, snapping's on. Let's try that. Yeah. Okay. Yep, that looks good. That looks good. And then we're gonna have another one. Now the good thing about this, like this, excuse me, I should say, but this one I do believe is that we can paint this. Oh yeah, we can paint this after. That's easy peasy. All right, so then now we get back to, it was at the very bottom, all the way to the bottom there, and then we had another one that was here, but it did overlap because we have the palette. Yes, yeah, the palette's on that side, the palette's on this side, and then when here it was just in the picture here, it's just a smidge of an overlap. Oh, just a tiniest of smidges of overlap here. Yeah, so free mode's on. That's close. I don't think we can get. Yeah. Oh wait, that looks close. No. Yeah, that's too close. That's good. Oh, and that overlap. Well, I guess it all depends on the angle, but I would say that it's about there. Okay. So that's that part. Okay, so that's that in there. So then we got our header storages, and then we're gonna have we have the one shed. Oh yeah, okay. So we don't have that shed either. Okay, so that's okay. So there is a little shed right here that we put down that was for our straw blower and our grape cultivator. So I'll have to find something that'll have to replace that because it's just a little tiny building, and I don't think. Yeah, I'll have to go through the list there, and I'll have to just check that. But from here, okay, just for my own sake, we just cover that up because I don't want that to screw up my lines here. But all right, so that's good there. So now we do have, this is where we can line up our storage silos now, our grain crop silos. So we did use the Meridian grain crop flat bottom bins, and we used the biggest ones. I think they're 1.1 million. Oh, the top of, there we go. $84,000 flat bottom bin 3609, and it holds 1,114,610 liters. And we did 4 of them. So 4 of them. all kind of angled a little off of it. Right, so we're going to go straight up here. So again, we're going to keep our snapping on. Free mode, again, is on. And it's just a matter of, like, so I want to, okay, this is just kind of eyeballing it here. There's really no reference points, just as close as reasonably possible while still remembering, because we do have to get to the backside for the caps, right? So to be able to open and close it. So that one, I think that one was actually pretty straight there. So, ooh, you know what? Actually, this is a good. Oh, I just thought of this. This is a good idea. So let's do. We'll go to painting. I was thinking about this. We're gonna grab our brown and we're gonna see if we can. Are we on a straight line? Ooh, okay. So we can just do a straight line. Oh, easy, easy. There. Because we're gonna come back and repaint it. So it doesn't matter about what we're doing now. This is all useless stuff that we're gonna come back. We're just using it for reference. So now we can go back to our silos. There we go. So 3609. So it's just a smidge. You can see, woo, easy, Major. You can see it's just a smidge over that green or the brown there. So what we're going to do is try to get it. Yeah, that looks more gooder. So try that there. How does that look in between? A little tight, but I think it's doable. And then this one, I think we pulled in a smidge as well. Careful, because we have that ladder on the side too, on both sides, right? So I still want to make sure I can walk in between each of them. I just want to make sure we're not going too far. This one, let's try that. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That comes out. Oh, this is looking familiar. All right, so that is way too tight. Oh, we can't fit through there, but we can access that. So that's okay. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. That one definitely we can fit through. Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. So that means we can't. Okay. Oh yeah, we can just move it over this way. Oh, perfect. Oh, beauty, beauty. So we're going to lose a little bit of bucks. So half our money there. That's okay. That's okay. So we just have to put this one like a so, and a little bit closer to that one. Oh yeah, we don't have to go too far. Right there, easy, Major. Oh wait, I think we're too. Oh, that looks good. Over that. Nope. Do. I think we're good. Yeah. Good enough. And then will this fit? Yes. All right. That'll fit. So then we can open and close that. Perfect. That's back here. Perfect. Oh, yes. See, this is where, again, when it comes to the landscaping, like once you get that base down and you've got some good transitions and your in and outs are good, and then when we get to the in between, like the river bend, I'm challenging myself. My river bend, I'm totally trying to do a multi-tier farm, multi-level farm. So we're trying to. This one, it's a lot of leveling and a lot of transitioning, but there's not a lot of different levels. So, but I still love it. Don't get me wrong, but that's what we're going to be doing. So from here, that's oh yeah, that was looking good. And then because we've got our the shelves. So now the shelves. Okay, where are certain shelves were in tools, I think, and then other shelves. No, not tools. Containers, maybe. Nope. All right. Hold on. Fences and others. I think maybe others. There was some shelves. Oh yeah, I'm totally drawn a blank. We haven't done with. Oh. It was. Oh, there they are, right there. The metal shelves. Yeah, those are the ones we had right there. So we had the metal shelves were in the back here. Now, what we did was we did this one first, right there, and then we're gonna go. Okay, this is where. Oh, yeah, that's right. So we had to do our spacing. So what we did was we put one in here. This is not going to stay, but we're going to keep our snapping on. So we're going to snap on, free mode on. We're going to put one there just so we have our spacing wise. And then we butted one up. We got to make sure our strip supports are on the backside. Okay, so then we butt it up to the backside here. That was a little too close. And then one more right there. And then we did another one right beside. Oh, can we? Will that work? That look okay? Oh, that will. Okay, so another one like that. And then what we did was got rid of this one. And then now we have our spacings. So now we can put this down, and then we're going to do one over, one in. Like, oh, yeah, free mode on. And then another one. Like so. There we go. There we go. Okay, so then now we have our shells down there. So now from there, we had, oh, that's right. We have the little repair stuff. Okay, so we did have a couple silos. Oh, no. No, we're good there. And then, yeah, this is where, okay, so the arched building was right here. And then I had a repair shack right here with a couple Meridian grain bins. And then we had our greenhouses over here. So what I am thinking is I am just going to go double check the mod hub just because we need to find a replacement for this shed. And I need to see if there's a replacement similar for the arched building. All right, one moment. Oh boy. Oh boy. So some testing has been done. Some things have been figured out, and some things have been given. Holy jumping. So the time it was from when I stopped recording this to doing the testing and now, one of our friends swung by Mark there and dropped off a handmade, oh my God, I can't believe this is just so crazy. Handmade setup for a steering wheel and pedals, and even has like little wings. If you've seen the post of it, you definitely know what I'm talking about. And if not, then yeah, we're hopefully you'll catch it on the live because we're gonna do live, I think. And then my wife was able to, well, was kind enough and got me the Thrustmaster T248. And oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and we're doing landscaping, so I'm still using the controller. So I want to play it real bad, real bad. So we're gonna have to pop up a live, I think, is in order now for us to figure out to watch me fumble our way through. But until then, until then, yeah, a little sidetrack now. Holy jumping, I'm a little excited now. So, but what I did do a little bit of research. We did some testing. Like I said, we looked through we have some similars. So we don't have anything exact, unfortunately, for some stuff, but we do have some similar stuff that we can make do with. So the first and foremost one is we were able to find the storage tunnel pack by Vector Man. That's going to be, yep, way at the bottom. Now there are 3 options. So you have this option right here, you have this option right here, and then you have this option right here. So by the pictures, it's one of those, this is just too long. This is just too short. So what I'm thinking is maybe, because if we put, okay, because this here, we're going to go snapping on, free mode on. We still want enough room to make sure we can walk by everything. This was pulled out a little bit from the shelves. So yeah, and I don't, so sorry. So it's everything's in the descriptions, but yeah, the shelves of the metal shelf on the outside are what we use are by Razak. And then what we're going to be using on the inside are the heavy duty shelf pack by Dithmarsher Modding. So this one, we're going to snap on everything there. And then here's my theory. Here's my theory. I think if we can, yeah, get that lined up like that. And then see, this one is just too short. The other one's too, I think that's perfect. Now, it's, if I remember correctly, and if I'm feeling it right, this is a little bit, I feel like it's darn close. It's darn close. But I think it's not angled in the right way because the shelves kind of fit. But okay, first off, we can actually, let's get rid of this first, because this is actually going to help us be able to put our shelving and our walls on the inside. So the walls, we got the concrete walls by NicoPix. That is in others down here. There it is, right here. So there's 3 different heights that you can have. So there's this height right here, and then there's this right there, a little bit smaller, and then there's, I think, even smaller. Nope, I think it's the 2 heights then. That one. And then that one. Yeah, so just the 2 heights, but definitely now the concrete barriers in 22, they were a lot bigger. So, and unfortunately, we don't have the exact same as what we did in 22 for the concrete barriers. So we're just gonna have to make do with what we got. That is fine. And then the heavy duty shelf pack, these are a little different than what they designed in 22 because the 22 version of these, they didn't have a lower shelf. So I have a sneaking suspicion that I feel like these went a whole lot closer for us last time, or like in 22. But again, snapping on just to keep it even for me, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put one down there, and then unfortunately, unless you have just a skid steer, you could totally put one in, like to have it not come in with the bars. You can have it there, but oh my wordy, that is tight. That is tight. So what I'm thinking, because what we could do, if we put it, easy major, there we go. So if we put it right about there, we can even sneak it over one. We sneak it over two? No, sneak it over one. Even one's a little touchy, but we could do, we could do it like that, right there, pop that down, and then, oh yeah, that's mighty close. That's mighty close. So what I am thinking is we can leave it like that, and then again, because the concrete walls aren't as big, like the ones that we had, they went right up to here, and we're able to come all the way across. But we did have that massive gap. So now with the other concrete walls, yeah, it's kind of nice. I'm really liking how they designed these concrete walls to have a little gap, or the sections, because they actually have little T sections and corner sections and all that fun stuff. So we can actually do this. Oh, we can. I'm excited. So what I want to do is I want to line up. There we go. So I want to kind of line up that middle spur with the middle, and pray as we pull it back, it doesn't move. Oh yeah, so it doesn't shift. Don't shift on me, please. I feel like it already shifted on me. Oh no. Yeah, no, I think we're good. Come on, baby. Nice and even. And then right about, sure. Yeah, that's right about one back there. Overlap. Snapping is on. Yes, because we want to snap to each other, right? So there we go. So we can put a little wall there. Oh, you know what? That is going to interfere. Unfortunate. Okay, let's try that one more time. We're going to have to pull it back because we have those little concrete pads on the bottom here. So grab that again. Easy peasy. Nice and straight back down on the thing, on the left stick there. And just nice and easy back. We're going to come back a little bit more. Yeah. Right about, let's do one more for safe. One more for good measure. Probably a good thing we did too. Okay, so we know that's centered. So that's the great part there. So then we're just going to get our regular one right here. And now we're just going to snap these in, hopefully, right? So snap and snap. There we go. Okay, so then that's done like I see what I did. I grabbed the wrong one. Okay, yep, there was only the 1 foot. Oh, haha. Yeah, I was kind of wondering. I didn't know because it's got the all right. So we want the double. There we go. That's more gutter. Yeah, it even fits. Oh yeah, okay, because it comes to a point at the top. All right. So got that there, and that there. All right. It would be nice if they had one without the footing too, because the other thing I noticed is that if you could stack it, maybe, right? If we just had it, we could probably stack it on. But alas, they don't have one that doesn't have a lower foot. So from here, what we're going to do is we're just going to grab our straight one again that we grabbed with the double foot. Yep. There it is. And then this one, we're just going to snap down again. Okay, there we go. Boom. And there you go. So I don't remember. Well, I don't know exactly how far out because of the tunnel. So what we did even with the other one, I just put a bunch down, and then we put our tunnel down. Okay. We know we can take these two right out. We might take the one out, but we'll see. So now what we're going to do is let's just go back to our sheds all the way back down to the bottom there. And then we're going to grab our single one. And we're just going to want to connect that up again. Snap it. Oh, what's going on here? What's going on? Oh, I see. It's inner. Oh, I see. It's bumping up because of the. Okay, so that's okay. So we've already got our T section, and we can easily. Not the greatest. Okay, we don't have to go too far. Let's see. Let's just keep one. Let's just keep one and see how this goes again. Because again, like where I think so, see where our white cursor is right now. And when we put anything down, it's I think as long as the white cursor isn't hitting anything. Yep, there it is, right? So the white cursor isn't hitting that wall. There we go. There we go. Okay, so then now we're gonna want to go down to others. Okay, and the tall one. Yep, there we go. So the tall one there. And there we go. Just keep that snapping on. And we're going to snap one more. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Not perfect. Not perfect, but darn close. Ooh, yeah, that is looking good. That is looking good. Okay, so now when it comes to this part right here, now this is where it's going to be a little bit tricky, I guess you could say, because right now we got your metal shed there. Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I'm too apologize. Getting ahead of myself. So back here, while we were perusing through, there was also something else. It was called a harvester shed, and that was by LeoLeo, and it looked darn close to because we were having. There it is, right there. So harvester shed, 26 slots. Okay, ouch, but that's okay because I see there's some decorations and stuff in there. But yeah, see that? Ooh, that is close. That is close. We can put that right there. Yes, we know it overlaps. So we put that right there because that's where we had our crone baler. Yeah, strong pellets. Okay, so that's good there. That's good there. This is looking good. It's looking good. And then we're gonna hold off going this way, right? We're gonna try to keep it this way. Now there was a shed. There's a shed right here, and then we had our 4 greenhouses, and then and that's right, a workshop because we did check that out. There was tools. Let's see what it's got for us. Ooh, and this thing. Ooh, one moment. Hold on, I forgot about that. That goes. Okay, that goes real close to So that was here. That was on an angle. That was just up a little bit. Right about there. Yeah. That looks more gooder. That little angle right there, with the wood, and the post, and then the little corner comes over. We'll go there. Okay. Yep. Okay, so that was there. Yeah. And then when it came to there was a shed. There's a medium garage I saw because the shed that we have again, the shed that we had there wasn't. Oh yeah. Okay. So the shed that we had before was a 3 bay with 2 closed, 1 open. Ooh, an arch wall. Yeah, that wouldn't have fit the shelves. Okay, yeah, no, that wouldn't work. I didn't notice. So when it comes to the little building, it was a 3 bay, but it was a 2 closed with 1 open, and it was just this little skinny, short little thing. So I saw one that was a garage, right? Medium garage, little 3 bay. Hard done. Am I blind? I think I'm blind. Unless it would be, no, because it would be container. No, not tools. Didn't see it in tools. Okay, one sec. We'll get back to that in a sec. Over here, there was that little, we don't have a carbon copy, right? So we did have the repair bay that we had here originally, and it was a little tiny square shack. And this is darn close. It sticks out a little bit. That's the only thing I'm worried about is it sticks out a little bit. So I don't know about the green. Well, I'm sure the greenhouses will fit nicely, but what we're going to do is just means we're going to stick it a little bit closer to the building. Again, with our snapping, just we want to keep that snapping close to, or sorry, so we can keep the buildings together. Free mode on, snapping on, yes, yes, yes. There we go. And then that's what we had. So then we, at the beginning, before we had the repair bay way back there, this was the repair bay after, because it was initially over here, and then it moved over to here, and then it moved over to there. So that has that all ready to rock and roll. Now, when it comes to, oh, and in the Meridian, that's right, we did have, because I was thinking at the beginning, I wanted to, we want just regular silos back to the Meridians, because I wanted to have one. There was a silver one, yes, a silver one and a white one, and there was one for one of these that I wanted to fit lime. Which one was it? It wasn't crazy big one. It was just a little one. 223. Oh, hold on. This silo for obvious crops fertilizer. You also need an auger or conveyor for this silo. Yes, that's what I wanted. Perfect. Okay, so that was the one that we had here. And then that one, because this one I wanted, in my head, I wanted to be producing lime and fertilizer, right? So my thought process, actually, let's have it go like that. My thought process was that we would be producing lime and producing fertilizer left, right, and center. And oh, we left our left our boat on, but that's okay. And then we would be just making it over time and keeping it on storage, not realizing that I did not have enough production going to actually have it work properly. So, and then I think that was it, seed, not fertilizer. We wanted to produce seed because this one is, was it, which one? I think it was this one that had lime, all base game crop, seed, and fertilizer. Maybe it was fertilizer. I know I had one for one, so and seed, seed and fertilizer, seed and fertilizer. Okay, and then same thing. We had one of these. So I'm gonna say, oh, let's see the picture there. Yeah, that looks like the one. Because which one's this one? A little bit. Yeah, that one's. Yeah, they're about. Okay, okay. And then do we have? Yeah, you have no choice. And it's 200,000 liters. So that's there. We're gonna have that pop in because where do we have our auger stick in? We're gonna pretend we can at least have our auger on this one. So how about we have that like that on the side? Ooh, there we go. Try to line it up. How about there? And free mode on? Sure, why not? There we go. That's definitely way better. Okay. Okay, so you know what? From here, I think what we should do is we should just get our the medium garage. I gotta find that medium garage. There it is. Right there. Okay, right near the bottom there in sheds. So again, a little bit bigger, not exactly the same as what it was. There's no customization, so we can't change it. But I think it'll do. Like we did have just our small stuff in there, so I think that'll work pretty good. And we did have some arms and stuff. So we're gonna go close again. We want this one. We want this one as close as we can. Make up a little bit for that size, right? Will it overlap? So we don't want to touch the roofs. Oh, it's a little too close. That's all. Easy, easy. There we go. Okay, so that's popped in there. And we do have this. You know what? That's not too bad. I don't know. I still kind of. All right. So from here, now what we need to do is we need to put in the greenhouses. Yes, that's right. Greenhouses. All right. I think I figured it out. So I think we figured it out. I looked through the greenhouses. There's a couple of them out there. Now again, artist's discretion, right? So this is where if you want to do a different type of greenhouse, by all means, right? We have different types and we have different things going on. We even have these large mushroom greenhouses too that are like, I totally forgot about this. However, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Maybe something. So we're gonna have to think about that. But right now, what I did find was we did find the hydroponics greenhouse mod by Dogface. So that one has the closest to what we actually had in 22, where we have the side expenditure as well as we do have the green barrel in between, but that's okay. we can work with that. So now when it comes to the placement, it kind of starts, it's more this bottom corner is your main priority, just because what I needed to do was I needed to make sure that I had enough room to get the vehicles around, right? So I wanted to make sure I had enough room to get my 4320 with the front pivot axle, just regular trailer, and spin it around. Like, you don't have to worry about transport trucks, right? Like that was the thing, is you don't have to worry about transport trucks. It's just more of getting something down and around to be able to drive around and get your stuff when you need it. So it's an eyeball. It really is an eyeball thing. I mean, looking at the pictures, looking at where our fence is, it's kind of, because we did put a little fence out a bit, so it is a little deceiving. So that little path there, and then we want room for our forklift to go in and out. So let's say let's start right about there. So free mode is on, snapping is on. So expenditure out there. Then we're gonna spin this around this way, and that's when we're going to go this way like a so. And again, nice and tight. And then now, same thing. We want this way, but we also want to make sure that there. Oh, see how much room that thing pops out, or that, here we go. Excuse me, the shop pops out, because yeah, it does not pop out that far. So we're going to want to get lined up this way, go straight across again, just kind of eyeballing it. Let's try there. And then we're going to go right here. Ooh, easy, easy. Right there. Okay. Okay. That's pretty good. I feel like, yep, I feel like we were out farther this way, because I feel like we had way more room to drive this way. So you know what? Let's do this. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of this. And yeah, I'm feeling like we had it farther out. Like it was more like right along this line here. Okay, let's just go a little bit tighter, because I know, like, skid steer forklift, right? All you need is to get just a little stuff in back here. So we're just going to go a little tighter, just a smidge tighter. Ooh, oh, don't forget that fence. You're going to have the little blocker fences, so we don't want to go too. Oh, forgot about the free mode. Okay, so right about there. And I feel like, there we go. I feel like that's more gooder. So I think we went off kilter. Yep, we went off one. There we go, straight up, and back down. Right about there, maybe. Okay, we're making it work. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it definitely is going to be tight around here, but that's okay. You're not going to be. I mean, even for the pickup, because what I would do is I was actually drive the vehicle. Oh yeah, we're tight here too. Because I would drive the vehicle around here and then come in and then back it up. So you can even just come in here, back up your trailer, or back up your trailer here, and then get the forklift to load it all up. That's what I was doing. So that will work. That will work. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight, but that will work. So we've got that down. I don't know if I mentioned the medium garage there. That is by TomSky. Sorry, I do apologize. All of the mods as we add them, and then I'm just going to keep adding them to the description. So all the mods that we use are going to be in the description. So if you're interested, or if you didn't catch it, or I know some of them are spelt oddly, or what have you. So just so you know. Now we are going to stick with this fence. It's just kind of keep with the theme, right? So like I said, in 22, the fence I used for the sheep determined the fence that I used for the rest of the farm. So you can change it up again as you like it. If you want this area, this fence, and then you want to change the fence into another thing over in this area, and if you have a fence over here, same sort of thing. Again, artist discretion, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to our fence, because what I also did, just because I know I am clumsy and it's all about learning, because it was this fence right here. Yep. So what I did was, we again snapping on. I just did a little blocker fence. That's all I did. So we just bought one right there. And yeah, we can do, yeah. So one, how do we, yeah. So when it goes to two, we back up one, boom. Or do we do it right just to the, You know what? I'm kind of thinking it'll be, because we don't want to be getting too in the way of, yeah. Let's just try the one there. And then unfortunately, because now this is the thing, when you go this way, this is where it's annoying. So you have to be careful, because see how the wire is on the other side, whereas opposed to here, the wire is on this side. So now, unfortunately, this is where you have to eyeball it, but this is where you make your marks, right? So we leave the info areas on, so then we can put it right at that corner there, hopefully. So right about that corner and right there. 225. Let's try to remember that. And then same now this one, because we're opposite, I do believe it's going to be opposite. Yep. Opposite. So now we're just going to pop one right down there and see if we can get that 225. Yeah, right there. Perfect. And then up here will be, yep. Just like this way. No, we went too far in. Hold on. Yeah, get your good angle here, Major. 225. Done and done. Here. A little bit. 225. Oh, yeah. There we go. And then this way. Oh, sorry. Whoa. Right about there. Oh, wait, I think we're. There we go. Right there. And we want a 225. Perfect. And it goes right there. And then we just got two more to do. Here. Yep. Boom. And then down on the bottom. Go up. Oh, nope. Too far in. 225. There we go. So then now from there, now again, that's just for protection, right? So as you're coming in, that is tight. Ooh, that is tight. So what we could do, okay, you know what? Let's try this. This is a good old testing. So save it up. Let's save it up here. We're just going to do a quick little try here. Because what I'm thinking is if we get, so remove, we want to remove you. Yep, and you. Okay, and we want to remove you, and no. Okay, we're good there. So now we want to be out into this one. Oh, no. Now we want to do soft, leveling. So go to leveling. We want to get our known good here and just kind of work it out if we can here a bit. Oh, yeah, there. Okay, no, careful. Yeah, there we go. Not too far. And then work it out a little more if we can. This is where the trees are going to interfere with us for sure. Just the question is which one? There you go. Okay, and that little fence. You know what? Maybe we will. Yeah, let's get rid of that, and then. Okay, let's just see if we can. Let's just see if we can salvage that. So let's just keep what there. We're gonna go back to our level. Gonna go back out here a little bit. Now this is where we're gonna go out a smidge, and then because we're gonna try to soften it back in a bit, just a little. Just tapping. I'm just slightly tapping because we want to keep we want to run that fence line. But once we put that fence in, we won't be able to soften very well. Now, granted, it looks bumpy and it looks kind of right now. However, once we put the grass down, we put some meadows and stuff like that, it'll look fantastic. Excuse me. So back down to our fence. Let's see if we can salvage those posts, because this is where it can get weird. I had this happen in Riverbend where I did the fencing around my horses, and then how I ended up doing the post wall. Yeah, see this. We can get okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. That's more gooder. So then we can bring this all the way down to, let's try about here. And we'll do a little one there. Oh, and a little double. So what if we do that one? Oh, yeah, there we go. That's much better. And then now again, like I said, we didn't have a lot of room because this isn't a high traffic area. It was just to get basic equipment. And that right there. Oh yeah, I could easily get my forklift in there back and forth. No problem. The extended forks might be a little bit of an issue, but we can definitely do that. Now, also because we also didn't have our big wind. Well, we had the mid windmill over here by our house at this point is what we did, because at that point we actually did do a windmill. So but I was quite shocked that, and understandably after I understood the mechanics of it, was it factories, generators. So we had easy. We had this one. Yes, yes, yes. So this one is in over here. I believe it was something around there. But we're gonna wait until we put the Taylor in, because I all the pictures are off of the Taylor, so so I have to wait for that. But it's not a big one, right? It's only $0 to $13,920 a month, and it's not 13,920. I was maybe making $2,000 to $3,000 maybe a month off of it, and the low end it was, yeah, maybe $1,000 a month. So what I ended up doing was we wanted factories, because I also thought about it was a greenhouse. Being a greenhouse, I wanted these little things. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I kind of felt like what I ended up doing was we put three in. So it was one right in the middle. Um, oh, the snapping is on, and it won't give me that's one or the other, right? Okay, so we're not going to have snapping on this one. So we're just going to put one right there in the middle. We're gonna have one right there. See if I can get a good eye on the base there. That's the thing. Okay. One right there. Then we got another one right there. Boom. Right there. Perfect. Okay. And then we had another one that went right there. Oh, careful, careful. Boom. Right there. One in the middle. Like so. So my theory was that basically these things are going to be powering the greenhouses. So we had those down there, and they're not crazy random money generators. And to be honest with you, it was kind of funny at having those go in with the greenhouses on top of the windmill that we had. Yeah, yeah, we were not making money hand over fist. Okay, now finally getting to the end here for replacement here. What we also did is I did find, it's called an old shed pack by Sienek, and let's just see if we can find it this time. So it's just a little thing. Now down at the bottom, it was because we had a little shed here that had our balers, our wrappers. We had our TMR mixer, and what else? We had a baler with a wrapper, and that was a little 4 bay. Now here it is. So we have two options. So we have this one. Oh, you know what? That's a good size. Ooh, ooh, that is actually because, and the other one was just a white concrete. I kind of like the brick. Ooh, you know what? I kind of like this better. So now again, it was a 4 bay. Okay, let's just take a look at the picture here, because I know it was kind of across. Hmm. Okay, so it was across the thing here, and then the edge was kind of closer to the end here, and then we had our rollers right there. But if it was a 3 bay, now what if we? Okay, the sun's not in our favor right now, but we're gonna, you know what? Okay, we're gonna save again, just in case something goes wrong. We're gonna save. But I'm thinking maybe can we double? Can we double? Okay, so let's just get our placement for one. Let's just say, because I think it was up a bit from the silo. It's not, because it's not quite even on the left side to this. It's just up a smidge. Just up a smidge. We'll say like maybe one fence post. Sure. Let's do one fence. We'll do snapping on, just keep it nice and tight to that fence. Remote off, because we've softened around this building. Oh, you know what? Let's go up a couple, because we've softened around this building. Let's try that. Let's try that. So that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Now, unfortunately, the sun's not in our favor. So in situations like this, what I like to do is I like to get me. I get myself down here with the flashlight, and then we go back into landscaping. There we go. See? Now we can see real good. So, because if we can get, okay, all right, can we do this? Will it look? Oh. See, sometimes see if you double the wall, sometimes it Okay, let's just try this here. So Because what I've had happen before, yeah, see how it's all blah, 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 blah. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that away, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna double it up, but we're just gonna like double. Cause like, dude, you want to do it like this? I kind of like it like this. I really like that better. Let's try that. Okay, there's a little bit of wonky wonkies, there, and then driving past that, is that gonna piss me off? I don't think so. I mean, it's we. Mm. You know what? I'm gonna let this simmer. I do like the building though. Like these are perfect size. This is beautiful. I love this. And oh, what is that a switch? Is that a switch? We get lights too. Oh, that's awesome. We didn't have lights in the other one. So it's a good thing I didn't overlap the wall too, because I might have glitched. Well, no, unless we were covering it. But okay, that is fantastic. Okay, well, placement wise, oh wow, look at that. It is looking close. It is looking so close. Now, again, I do understand about when it comes to the greenhouses. I know we're missing some, right? We still have the mushrooms. So let me simmer. Even let me know in the comment. I'm thinking maybe we can leave the chickens the way they are, and maybe we can do something here. Because the whole reason for all of this was to have all of our pallet work all in one area, right? I didn't want to be moving all the way across the farm all over the place trying to get pallets. But this is great. We are doing fantastic. Okay, well, it is late. So thank you again so much for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for getting this far. We are going to do our decoration next episode. So next episode, I'm going to let it simmer. About this. Let me know in the comments what you think. I think this is livable, but the fact that I know it's doing it, I know will grate me sometimes. So I think I'll probably move it, but I think it's okay. I don't know. I'm 60-40. I'm 60, I want to leave it. I'm 40, I want to take it away. And then I'm thinking maybe we can do some, because we did have trailer storage here. We just had a couple things parked here, but I'm thinking maybe a mushroom warehouse or greenhouse. I think here would be quite fitting. So next episode, what we're going to do is we are going to tackle all the decoration. We're going to make this blend in. We're going to get this a whole lot prettier than this, but just blend it in just like we did here, right? So we're going to get all that blended in, getting all the decorations in, and I'm going to simmer. Let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to simmer on the greenhouse. I'm thinking here, maybe a little one here. And then should we separate these buildings? I'm thinking we should separate the buildings now that I'm just looking at. Yeah, I'm thinking so, but let me know. All right. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and we will see you in the next episode.